15. Formation Ino-Shika-Chō. One traditional one here. Formation Ino-Shika-Chō isn't winning any destructive power contests, but it is one of the smartest combination jutsu in the entire Narutoverse. This trio technique is the perfect example of how teamwork can let you punch way above your weight class. When you've got Shikamaru's shadow possession, freezing enemies in place, Ino's mind transfer, taking control of their consciousness, and Choji rolling in like a wrecking ball with his human bullet tank, you've got a tactical masterpiece that can take down opponents who would absolutely wreck these three individually. What makes this formation truly special isn't raw power. It's the perfect synchronization developed over generations of clan cooperation. These three families have been perfecting this shit since their ancestors' time. The timing has to be absolutely flawless. One slip up, and Ino's consciousness is floating around with nowhere to land. The formation's biggest weakness? It's completely useless against multiple high-level opponents, or anyone fast enough to dodge Shikamaru's shadow. But for sheer tactical brilliance and showcasing what perfect teamwork looks like, few combination jutsu can touch the classic formation Ino-Shika-Chō. In short, smart tactics, but lacking in destructive power. Just a second. Thank you to the 10,000 people who have supported our anime channel. Every subscription, comment, and like from you gives me motivation to keep making great anime content. I really appreciate your support. Now, let's aim for 25,000 subscribers and build an amazing community for anime fans. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share the channel so more people can join us. Together, we can create a stronger anime community. Next, 14. Self-Repairing Barrier. This technique creates what might be the most frustrating shield any enemy could face. The damn thing literally fixes itself when damaged. Imagine throwing your strongest attack at a barrier only to watch it patch up like nothing happened. What makes this barrier exceptional isn't just its regenerative properties, it's the scale. We're talking protection for an entire area or battlefield, not just a few individuals. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, this technique was crucial in the attempt to hide and protect Killer Bee and Naruto from Madara and Obito, and the barrier covered the entire Turtle Island, a full-blown elevated ecosystem. It was trusted to shield the two most valuable assets in the entire allied shinobi forces. The technique requires multiple skilled ninja linking their chakra networks with perfect synchronization. One slip-up and the whole barrier might collapse. The chakra cost was astronomical. These ninja are essentially pouring their life force into maintaining an impenetrable wall. But even with 36 barriers stacked, it still couldn't completely contain the combined force of two Jinchuriki going all out. And unlike Formation Ino-Shika-Chō, it offers zero offensive capabilities. It's purely defensive. Still, when you need to protect something at all costs, and especially across a wide area, there are few jutsu that can match the self-repairing barrier's effectiveness. That's why it edges out Ino-Shika-Chō in our rankings, a purely defensive jutsu designed for wide area protection with no offensive capabilities. 13. Magnet Release, Spiral Jet Black. The mechanics behind this jutsu are insane. Naruto's spiraling chakra gets amplified by the magnetic properties from Shinki, creating a Rosengon variant that literally immobilizes the target with magnetic sealing properties. Picture your opponent getting simultaneously crushed and paralyzed. Naruto charges in with this Rosengon variant, slamming into the enemy head-on, while Sasuke comes in from the opposite side with an enhanced Chidori, trapping the target between them and obliterating them. Sounds badass, right? This jutsu packs Senjutsu, Magnet Release, Chidori, Amaterasu, all wrapped into an attack used by the two strongest genin the world has ever seen. Yeah, Spiral Jet Black is ending fights in seconds. One clean hit and you're done. However, it's got limited range and zero defensive capabilities. It's a pure attack technique, making it situational compared to more versatile jutsu. And let's be honest, the synchronization required between users isn't nearly as complex as what formation Ino-Shika-Chō demands. And sure, it's insanely powerful, but the move only showed up once. And it didn't even damage Madara, which, to be fair, is understandable. Still, when you need to take down a powerful opponent fast, this is the move you want to use. It's absolutely badass. And hey, history doesn't have many Madaras. 12. Earthstyle Wall of 10,000 Ri. When you need to keep a freaking tailed beast from steamrolling your entire army, this is your go-to jutsu. The Earthstyle Wall of 10,000 Ri isn't flashy like our lightning water dragon friend, but it's easily one of the most clutch defensive techniques we've ever seen in the Naruto universe. Picture this. The fourth great ninja war is raging, and the Raikage, with his immortal body, is charging in. Let me remind you, this is the guy who once went 1v 10,000 and kept it up for 3 straight days and nights. What do you even do to stop a man like that from just plowing through and slapping everyone into the dirt? A bunch of Earthstyle users band together to create a wall so massive it can shield the entire battlefield. Very impressive. Now, to be fair, the wall didn't actually stop him, but the point is, it's pure utility. Sure, electrocuting your enemies is cool and all, but shielding your entire army from certain death? That's another level entirely. The coordination required here isn't just 2 kage syncing up. It's dozens of shinobi perfectly aligning their chakra to build something way beyond what any one ninja could pull off alone. Well, it's purely defensive. You won't be knocking anyone out with this bad boy. But in war, sometimes not dying is the best strategy you can have. In a world where most ninja are busy one-upping each other with increasingly destructive attacks, there's something refreshing about a jutsu designed solely to protect. This technique might not win battles on its own, but it sure as hell makes sure you live long enough to fight another day. 11. 4 Violet Flames Formation. The 4 Violet Flames formation is what happens when 4 ninjas decide they need to isolate a battlefield or trap an enemy in the most visually spectacular way possible. Remember when the Sound 4 used this to trap the 3rd Hokage while Orochimaru got to play out his revenge fantasy? That's this jutsu's claim to fame. What makes this technique climb above our Earthstyle Wall is versatility. I mean, its ability to encircle and contain. Sure, a giant dirt barrier is cool, very cool, but this purple prison serves double duty. It keeps threats contained and keeps interfering knuckleheads out. Anyone stupid enough to touch those violet flames gets barbecued. When the Sound 4 deployed this against Hiruzen, they essentially created a private arena for Orochimaru's grudge match. Think about it. No AMBU interference, no backup, just an old man and his former student with daddy issues. Yeah, you need 4 people constantly maintaining the jutsu, which makes them sitting ducks if someone decides to target them. The Sound 4 countered this weakness with personal barriers, but at its core, this technique comes with built-in hostages. Plus, unlike our Earthwall friends, the area you can cover is limited by how far apart your 4 users can stand. What really sells this jutsu is its intimidation factor. There's something psychologically devastating about being trapped in a box of purple death fire, while your opponent explains their tragic backstory and why they're about to kill you. For creating the perfect villainous moment alone, this jutsu deserves its spot in our rankings. 10. Lightning Water. Dragon Bullet. Alright, this one combines 2 of nature's most lethal elements in one devastating package. When the Mizukage Mei Terumi spits out her water dragon and the Raikage charges it with lightning, man, you're not just getting wet, you're getting fried. Brutal effectiveness. Water conducts electricity, basic science, right? But in the ninja world, this means your enemies are about to have a really, really bad day. The water dragon hits you, soaking you to the bone, and then lightning courses through every cell in your body, turning your nervous system into a short-circuited mess. You're paralyzed, twitching, and basically gift-wrapped for whatever follow-up attack is coming your way. What sets this technique apart from our previous entry is its direct combat application. While Toad Confrontation Chant gives you that sweet genjutsu lockdown, Lightning Water Dragon Bullet is all about that immediate physical damage and tactical advantage. No waiting around for your opponent to break free from an illusion. This jutsu is hitting them with the 1-2 punch of Elemental Fury. You don't need Senjutsu, a Rosengon, or Amaterasu to pull off a powerful jutsu. You just need one person who can use Water Style and another who can use Lightning Style. But the drawback? That dragon takes 44 hand seals to summon, kinda time consuming. Plus, unlike some of the higher ranked combination jutsu we'll be talking about later, it doesn't have the raw destructive scale to take out multiple high-level opponents at once. Still, any jutsu that requires the coordination of 2 Kage-level ninja and can effectively neutralize almost any single target deserves respect. 9. Demonic Illusion, Toad Confrontation Chant. This sound-based illusion performed by the 2 great sage toads, Fukasaku and Shima, is the most disrespectful combination jutsu you never saw coming. Imagine being a god-tier villain like Pain and getting bodied by 2 elderly frogs singing at you. What makes this jutsu so legendary is its sheer effectiveness against multiple high-level opponents simultaneously. During Jiraiya's fight with Pain, this technique paralyzed 3 paths of Pain at once. The victims' minds get sealed within a watery barrier guarded by Toad Samurai, rendering them completely helpless while still fully conscious. Talk about psychological warfare. The preparation is this jutsu's only real weakness. Fukasaku and Shima need time to harmonize perfectly, making them vulnerable during setup. But once they start belting out those ancient Toad melodies, game over. Since it's a sound-based genjutsu, as long as you're not deaf, you're getting caught. While it lacks the raw destructive power of Magnet Release, Spiral Jet Black, its strategic value and range of effect are on another level entirely. This isn't just immobilizing your enemy, it's completely removing multiple threats from the battlefield in one move. 8. Katsuyu, Immense Network Healing. Look, when we talk about combination jutsus that shaped entire wars, this one deserves its flowers. Katsuyu, Immense Network. Healing might not have the flash of your typical devastating attack, but this technique is absurdly broken in the right hands. Picture this. Tsunade or Sakura channels their already ridiculous healing chakra through countless Katsuyu divisions spread across an entire battlefield. That's thousands of soldiers getting simultaneous healing from a distance. During the 4th Great Ninja War, this jutsu was literally the backbone keeping the allied shinobi forces alive. Without it, Madara wins, everyone dies, roll credits. What makes this jutsu particularly insane is the scale to difficulty ratio. The healing network can cover miles of battlefield with perfect precision, yet requires just 2 participants with tight synchronization. Sure, the chakra requirements are astronomical, but that's what the strength of 100 seal is for. The technique even doubles as a battlefield communication system, with Katsuyu relaying intelligence while patching up the wounded. I'm ranking this higher than flashier combinations, like Scorch Release, Halo Hurricane Jet Black Aerostyle Zero, because strategic value matters. So many ones can blow stuff up, but preserving your entire army while under fire from a literal god? That's the difference between winning and losing wars. 7. Flying Thunder. God Mutually Instantaneous Revolving Technique. Look, we need to show some respect to what might be the most tactically brilliant combination jutsu ever created. That's what happens when 2 Flying Thunder God users mark each other and start playing musical chairs with their positions at lightning speed. When Minato and Tobirama tag-teamed with this technique against Obito, it was absolutely cinematic. This is what it looks like when 2 geniuses sync up. What makes this jutsu absolutely ridiculous is the mind games it enables. Imagine throwing yourself directly into an enemy's attack, something that would be suicide for anyone else, only to switch places with your partner at the last millisecond. and turn your opponent's power against them. The synchronization and timing required are insane. While it doesn't have the raw destructive power of something like a tailed beast bomb, it doesn't need to. The tactical advantage it provides is unmatched. Why destroy a mountain when you can precisely eliminate the threat? In terms of flexibility, it absolutely embarrasses defensive formations like the 4 Violet Flames formation, which, let's be honest, compared to this jutsu, is just a fancy purple box. The technique requires such elite-level skill that only 2 of the greatest shinobi in history, both Hokage, could pull it off effectively. 6. Parent and Child. Rosengon. I'm talking about that moment when Minato and Naruto, both in tailed beast mode, synchronized their chakra and created a Rosengon the size of a damn mountain. When 2 shinobi, who also happen to share DNA, sync up their signature technique while both in tailed beast mode, that's the kind of moment fans wait the entire series to witness. This jutsu represents the literal passing of the torch between generations, compressed into one devastating spiral sphere. When infused with Sage Chakra, it was powerful enough to damage Ten-Tail's Obito, even though, in reality, Obito managed to counter the attack. 5. Yasaka Magatama, Tailed Beast. Noka. Sounds wild, right? This is one of the most insane combo techniques in the entire series. It's a fusion of Itachi's Susanoo Yasaka Magatama, Wind Release, Rasen Shuriken, and Killer Bee's Tailed Beast Bomb. Yeah, basically the top 3 power moves from these 3 guys. That's what I call a proper delete button for the battlefield. Sure, this jutsu is insanely strong, but it wasn't really used on the main battlefield. However, the destructive power here is absolutely ridiculous. It can even destroy Nagato's Chibaku Tensei, the very technique he once planned to trap Naruto in his tailed beast form. It's insanely powerful. What makes this jutsu particularly impressive is the skill ceiling required. You need someone with Mangekyu Sharingan Mastery, another with perfect Biju control, and one more with S-rank ninjutsu capable of tearing apart targets with swirling power. Literally, one of the rarest combinations of abilities in the ninja world. This really is a technique that can delete the battlefield in seconds. 4. Cooperation. Tailed Beast Ball. When multiple tailed beasts decide to pool their chakra together, you're witnessing apocalypse-level destruction. The Cooperation Tailed Beast Ball stands as perhaps the single most devastating combined jutsu and raw destructive power ever displayed in Naruto. When this technique debuted during the 4th Great Ninja War, it literally changed the battlefield landscape. We're talking about mountain ranges being obliterated in seconds. Man, it's not much different from a dinosaur war. The sheer scale makes individual jutsu like Rasengan look like a water balloon fight at a kid's birthday party. The downside? It's situational as hell. You need multiple tailed beasts in one place. Already an extinction-level threat. Perfect synchronization, nearly impossible. It's the nuclear option of the Naruto world. Is it the most tactical combination jutsu? No. Is it the most visually spectacular holy shit moment? Yeah, but honestly, this technique only shows up once in the entire story. 3. Scorch Release. Halo, Hurricane Jet Black Arrow Style 0. This is what happens when the 2 most powerful rivals in shinobi history actually get their shit together and work as a team. Scorch Release. Halo Hurricane, Jet Black Arrow Style 0. Seriously, Minato named it. Represents the perfect synthesis of Naruto and Sasuke's signature abilities. And it's absolutely devastating. This technique combines Naruto's Wind Nature Rasen Shuriken with Sasuke's Amaterasu Flames, controlled through Kagutsuchi, creating what's essentially the ninja equivalent of a tactical nuke. What makes this jutsu so special is how it addresses the natural weakness of each component. Rasen Shuriken gets amplified by the unholy black flames that can't be extinguished, while Amaterasu gains the perfect delivery system through Naruto's spinning chakra disc. When this bad boy hits something, it's getting erased from existence while simultaneously being set on fire with flames that burn until there's nothing left to consume. Why doesn't it rank higher? It's limited to a single target, making it more of a boss killer than a battlefield clearer. Still, this technique perfectly symbolizes how far Naruto and Sasuke have come, from trying to murder each other as teens to combining their most lethal abilities as adults. And of course, its power is absolutely monstrous. 2. 4 Red Yang Formation. When the literal 4 Hokage decide to team up and create a barrier, you know you're witnessing something legendary. 4 Red Yang Formation is what happens when ninja defense reaches its absolute peak. Imagine a crimson barrier so powerful it can contain the Ten Tails. Yes, the Ten Tails, the monstrosity that was casually nuking mountains with tailed beast bombs. What makes this jutsu absolutely insane is the chakra control required. These aren't just any random ninjas forming a square. We're talking about Hashirama, Tobirama, Hiruzen, and Minato synchronizing their massive chakra reserves with perfect precision. When the Ten Tails launched a tailed beast ball at this barrier, the thing just flexed like rubber and redirected that mountain buster skyward without even cracking. The strategic value here is off the charts. 4 Red Yang Formation literally changed the course of the entire war by containing the biggest threat on the battlefield. Let's be real. This jutsu is so chakra intensive that even KJ-level ninjas are limited in what else they can do while maintaining it. That speaks volumes about its power level, and it's several times stronger than the 4 Violet Flames formation, which was already considered elite tier defense. Yeah, way stronger. I'm ranking this higher than offensive combinations, because in Naruto's world, the ultimate flex isn't how much you can destroy. It's being able to say no to a literal god's destructive power. My friends, that is the power of the legendary Hokage who came before. 6 Paths. Chibaku Tensei. At the absolute pinnacle of combination jutsu, we find the technique that literally saved reality as we know it. 6 Paths. Chibaku Tensei. It's the nuclear option when gods themselves need to be put in check. This jutsu is so ridiculously broken that it can only be performed by users who have obtained the power of the 6 Path Sage, which is basically Naruto's way of saying, congrats, you've reached the endgame power ceiling. Let's be clear about what this technique actually does. Naruto and Sasuke simultaneously place their yin and yang marks on the target, turning them into a center of gravitational attraction so powerful it creates an entire freaking moon around them. Not a barrier, not a prison, a celestial body. This is the jutsu that sealed away Kaguya Otsutsuki, literal mother of chakra and the most dangerous entity in the entire series. What puts this jutsu leagues above 4 Red Yang Formation is its permanence. While the 4 Hokage's barrier was impressive for containing the Ten Tails temporarily, 6 Paths, Chibaku Tensei permanently removed the greatest threat the ninja world had ever known. The jutsu even sealed away Kaguya's Rinne Sharingan, completely neutralizing her godlike powers. The historical significance can't be overstated. Hagoromo and Hamura used this same technique to create the actual moon by sealing the Ten Tails. This jutsu isn't just top tier, it's the only technique in the entire series that's powerful enough to create astronomical bodies. Nothing else in our ranking even comes close to this level of cosmic significance. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.